Hi, I'm Joanna Lapari with the eighth episode of ADL in the time of COVID. As I think I've told you guys, I was doing my one woman show, Activities of Daily Living, and it was a group of stories about my life. And, well, the show was going really well. We were on tour, and then COVID hit. So that's why I'm back home. And it's very pleasant out here. I'm recording it with a microphone to cut down on all the planes and cars and whatever. But I wanted to just tell you guys more stories from my life. And I encourage you, just put on an iPhone. You don't even need a microphone and tell your stories and email them. So this number 8 episode is about my very first acting lesson. When I grew up, my parents got my sister and I a dog, a beagle. And we named the dog Jody, J-O for Joanna, and D-I for Diana, Jody. And he was a great little companion, and I loved that dog very, very much. And my parents always cautioned us, be careful when you open the front door because beagles just love to run out and go hunting, and you don't want a car to hit him. And I remember one day standing at my front door and looking out the window, and I suddenly was imagining Jody being out on the street and getting hit by a car. And I could see it and I imagined it, and the strangest thing happened. I started crying. I started crying thinking about my beautiful Jody lying dead in the road. And I came inside, and it was time for dinner, and my dad saw me, and he said, "What's the matter, Joe?" And I said, "I don't know. I was just imagining Jody getting hit by a car, and it made me cry." My father looked at me, and he said, "You mean just by thinking you can make yourself cry?" And I said, "Well, I guess so." And guess what? It became this hilarious parlor trick my parents showed all their friends. When their friends would come over and they would have dinner parties, they would call me into the room and they'd say, "Hey, show Uncle Rolly and Aunt Hannah how you can cry on cue." And I would say, "Okay." And I'd go to the front door and I'd imagine my dog Jody being hit by a car, and boom, baby, I was crying. My parents thought that was just amazing. Well, I'm not sure they really appreciated what was going on. But what I understood is that my imagination could cause me to feel things. Just like Andy playing monster, my own vision of something could actually evoke an emotional response. And you know what? That's the first lesson in acting.